They need to stop making excuses. They need to start locking these kids up. They need to change the laws.
A Baltimore mom begging for help, saying her daughter has fallen into a life of crime, and the current laws are only making it worse. Coming up, the changes she wants to see to help her keep her daughter safe. It is a new school day for kids in Howard County. Coming up, the changes the county is making to try to address school bus shortages. And just as kids are heading back to school, we are seeing a rise in new COVID cases. Coming up, the new warning from the CDC as we learn the First Lady has tested positive a second time. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with a weather alert. Right now, severe heat is blanketing Baltimore. The city has declared a code red alert. We could see triple digits. For a closer look, let's go straight to meteorologist Justin Chambers.
Weather alert day for the dangerous heat and humidity, record-breaking temperatures for the third day in a row. Now, the difference today and tomorrow is the fact that we'll have a little bit more of that humidity moving in, and that's why we've got the weather alert mode going. We've got mid to upper 90s again today. In fact, right near that 100-degree mark. It's going to feel like 100 degrees throughout the afternoon and into the evening time, when typically this time of year we're in the mid-80s. So we should top out right about 99, record high temperatures. Sun is up until 7:31. We do have some relief as we head later into the week, but we're also tracking more showers and thunderstorms. We'll talk about that in my full weather authority forecast coming up.
Breaking news now about the fight between BGE and some city customers. The Maryland Public Service Commission is ordering BGE to let customers choose if they want an external regulator installed. You'll recall many residents have filed suit saying the company was forcing them to install the regulators. Maryland PSC says under a new agreement, residential customers in a single-family home will be given the option of whether to have a gas pressure regulator installed on the outside or the inside of their homes. BGE has stood by its position, saying the external regulators improve safety. Fox 45 News has been covering this story from the very beginning. You can find all of our past reporting on our website, foxbaltimore.com. In a city in crisis, the mother of a 14-year-old girl says she is fed up with the juvenile justice system.
I plead and I cried for them to arrest her and not to send her in the group home because I didn't think the group home was going to be effective.
Well, the mom says her young daughter has fallen into a life of crime, even while on home monitoring. As Shannon Lilly explains, the mom wants more to be done to help her daughter.
Well, it's a tough situation. This mom says her 14-year-old daughter was actually shot back in February of this year, but that's not why she's reaching out to us. She says her daughter continues to steal cars, even while on home monitoring, yet faces very little consequences. And this mom wants to see change. Take a listen.
When she came home, she went out and stole the car that night and been getting arrested since on home detention. But she's been arrested ever since. On home detention, they still won't do nothing. They won't violate her. I want my daughter somewhere I know where she at. I could go to sleep. At night, I'm worried. I be scared my daughter gonna get shot. I worry about my daughter not living till her birthday in December. I worry about my daughter every single day.
And it's that worry that continues. Remember, juvenile justice laws in the state put limits on what crimes young offenders can be charged with and the length of probation. And this Baltimore mom is seeing the impact of that. She says her daughter has been picked up by police everywhere from Towson to White Marsh to Catonsville and Baltimore City for stealing cars. The most recent arrest landing her in a Department of Juvenile Services group home, but this mom worries that won't be effective either. Now, according to data from DJS, there are 103 juveniles under supervision currently. The Secretary of DJS, Vincent Schiraldi, says supervision works for 90% of the juveniles. But for the ones that it doesn't work for, he admits they need to respond quicker, and that is something he says they are working to improve right now. Meanwhile, lawmakers are set to meet for a hearing next week to review the Department of Juvenile Services and go over these juvenile laws in question. We'll continue to follow what comes out of that. Reporting this morning, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News.
It has been 2 months since the Brooklyn Day party that ended with 2 people dead and 28 others injured. Many of the victims were juveniles, and now we're learning that 2 of the suspects facing charges related to the shooting are also kids. So far, police have made 4 arrests, none directly related to the homicides, but a law enforcement expert and former Nashville police sergeant says it's all part of the investigative process.
What that tells me is they have found key individuals who were involved with either the plotting or the planning or the carrying out, and they have put those individuals in separate rooms and somebody's talking, and they're not going to tell you that. I'll tell you that. That's what happens when you have a scenario like this and you finally get some key players. They are separating them, they're dividing and conquering.
Acting Police Commissioner Richard Worley is vowing more arrests will come, saying their detectives are working around the clock. Fox 45 News has done extensive reporting on the 3 organizations that released after-action reports in the wake of the mass shooting: Baltimore Police, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, and the Housing Authority of Baltimore City. Our complete coverage is available online right now at foxbaltimore.com. 11:06, here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1, today marks 1 month since the murder of 37-year-old Rachel. Attorneys are set to file new paperwork this afternoon, citing new evidence, though they've not said what the evidence is. Murdaugh is serving 2 life terms for killing his wife and son. Last week, it was revealed that he lost his phone and canteen privileges for violating prison policy when he had his lawyer record him reading journal entries for an upcoming documentary. You're reacting to that. One person, where is the money coming from for this appeal? Disgusting, vile murderer. Another one, that jury was biased. They all were. I can't wait to hear what they say. I'm definitely not saying he's innocent. There's got to be more to the story. Plus, he's got plenty of other crimes to put him away. Elon Musk is blaming the Anti-Defamation League for a drop in ad sales on Twitter. Musk says ad revenue on Twitter, now known as X, is down 60%. He claims it's because the nonprofit group falsely accused him of being anti-Semitic and is now threatening a lawsuit. Back in May, the ADL published a report saying it found more than 5,000 instances of anti-Semitism on X. Your reaction, Matt says, let's anti-Semitism go wild, sues ADL for pointing it out. Absolutely no way they win this. The flip side, though, you've got someone else saying that suit is DOA. Well, still ahead, helping kids who have lost a parent to a drunk driver. Coming up, the new law that is having drivers pay up. But first, new school bus routes in Howard County, how the district is hoping to address a shortage of drivers. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:14, we're back with a live look over Camden Yards. Another hot day today. Yesterday was the hottest day of the year. We hit 99, and we could see even hotter temperatures tomorrow. Now, due to the heat, nearly a dozen Baltimore City public schools are closing early today and tomorrow. Students at the 11 impacted schools will have virtual lessons. The school system was supposed to have air conditioning installed in all schools by this school year, but now they say they'll have it by the end of the school year. In Baltimore County, all outdoor BCPS practices and games are canceled today because of the extreme heat. Now, this does not affect any indoor practices or games. Turning now to Howard County schools, where it has been a bumpy start to the new year as students' buses have arrived late and in some cases not shown up at all. Last week, the superintendent addressed the issues, and as Olivia Dance shows us, he promised improvements this week.
20 bus routes were impacted by those transportation troubles, but today 12 out of those 20 routes will be restored. Some of those buses take students right here to Wild Lake High School, but the school district says that they still expect some delays again this week, especially for the schools that start at 8:40 and 9:15 in the morning. Last week, Superintendent Michael Martirano gave an update on the delays and said their new bus contractor, Zoom Transportation, based out of California, had 20 drivers call out, temporarily suspending 20 bus routes. I asked the superintendent if he now regrets his decision to sign a contract with Zoom, a contract that accounts for more than half the school system's total bus budget. Take a listen to what he said.
For the last several years, having 95 to 105 vacancies every year is not acceptable either. So we wanted to implement a different delivery with a different contract that had access to a national body of individuals who could come in and support us as bus drivers.
He says the contract was an effort to combat bus driver vacancies. Other errors that contributed to the bus issues include contractor technology issues and the data and routes provided to contractors, causing drivers to get lost. The district says bus drivers were out this weekend practicing their routes to ensure they can be as efficient as possible for the second week of school. Adjustments to school start times by no more than 10 minutes are also being considered. The district says it continues to work to fix the issues, and any updates can be found on the district website, including updates on buses that are running behind. For now, reporting in Howard County, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Well, today marks the first day of school for Carroll, Caroline, Cecil, and Kent County. So happy first day of school for all of those returning today. Be sure to chime in your back to school pictures. Scan the QR code on your screen to show your pictures and your videos. The QR code will take you to our website, foxbaltimore.com/chime in. A Harford County Council member is pushing for term limits for elected officials. Coming up later today at 4, details about how voters can have the final say next year. The search continues for the killer of 37-year-old Rachel Morin. At 5, the new step her family is taking in pursuit of justice. And victory for Baltimore residents fighting BGE over external gas regulators. At 6, the ruling that gives residents powers to decide where they want gas meters placed. 11:17 and now to today's talking point. A new law in Texas means drunk drivers will have to pay child support if they kill a guardian during a crash. House Bill 393 says the convicted drunk driver will be expected to make payments to the child until they turn 18 or until they graduate from high school. And it's not just for drivers of cars. We're talking aircrafts, watercrafts, even amusement rides. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. As it relates to drunk drivers, I'm sure there are going to be people who will say why this isn't fair, why it's not necessary, but I feel like they don't always get the sentences that they should anyway, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that, again, I'm with you. Why not? I mean, you shouldn't drink and drive. I think we got songs, we got causes, we got, promotions and marketing. Patrice, we're old enough to remember when all that started. Not to throw you under the bus, but I'm just saying there really is no excuse now. If you're impaired at all, now, especially Patrice, they even got more than cabs. You got Uber, you got all these different, so there's no reason to drive if you're impaired at all. So just let's not do it. And so whatever the rule, however harsh it may be, I'm okay with it because I just don't believe you should drive.
Do you think it is going to be a deterrent, though? If the thought of going to jail or having your driver's license taken is not enough of a deterrent, do you think this will be?
No, because you're right. If you're those people who just want to do that, they just want to do it. It doesn't, they're not thinking that way, so.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mark. Well, turning now to the weather alert once again. The city has declared a code red alert and a heat advisory will be in place starting today at noon through 8 o'clock tonight. For a closer look at just how hot it is going to be and how long that heat will last, let's go to meteorologist Justin Chambers.
Dangerous heat and humidity is what we're talking about here. Another record-breaking day in terms of our temperatures for the third day in a row. And we'll be breaking records tomorrow as well as we head into your Wednesday. So your hour-by-hour forecast, those temperatures will just keep climbing. It'll be a good day to try to stay indoors if you can. And if you have friends and family that maybe don't have AC, make sure to get them over so everyone can stay nice and cool. The dew point trend, well, it's going up. So we're going to have more of that humid air working in both today and tomorrow. That's why we got those mid 60s and those feels like temperatures in the low to mid 100s. Now, as we get to Thursday and Friday, notice our dew point temperatures climb, but our numbers for the air temperature will go down. So that's when we're tracking some more showers and storms, but a little bit of a cool down. Should top out about 99 for today. And you can see the records here. We broke records on Sunday and Monday, looking for a record breaking day on Tuesday and even into Wednesday as well with those records in the mid to upper 90s. We're going to be right at that 100-degree mark, or at least pretty close to it. 101, the record high on Thursday. Should stay safe from that one with temperatures coming down a bit into the mid 90s. But on your weather alert day, you want to make sure to stay hydrated. This is stuff we talk about in June and July, but early September, in fact, especially for the fact that it's happening at such an odd time. Got to make sure to wear loose, lightweight clothing. You take breaks in the shade or in the air conditioning and check in on those neighbors and those pets. Make sure those pets are inside. The reason why the heat is on, this big heat dome, large areas of high pressure, one in the southeast and then this upper level high, this ridge of high pressure usually keeps us dry, but it's also kind of capping the atmosphere. So it's allowing all of that heat to just build underneath it. And mid to upper 90s is what we're talking about for our temperatures in central Maryland, even almost 100 in DC, mid 80s if you're heading down the ocean. Still rip currents to deal with for areas there along the shoreline. Our future scan stays dry on Tuesday and Wednesday with those ridges that we were talking about. But finally on Thursday, we'll get a cold front starting to move in from the west. We'll get more of that southerly flow out ahead of that and could pick up some showers and even a couple of thunderstorms, maybe in the severe category by Thursday afternoon into the evening time. Another round of showers and storms moves in on Friday. But again, our temperatures will start coming down as we change up that weather pattern. That front kind of just hanging around in the area and keeping us unsettled into the weekend. So weather alert day 4 today, potentially needing that on Wednesday as well with those numbers dropping. 91 Friday, finally mid 80s for the weekend. That'll be good news for Ravens fan on Sunday afternoon. And then Monday, the O's are back in town. Temperatures continue to go a little bit lower.
Well, still ahead, a fish out of water, literally. Coming up, how doctors at the Denver Zoo performed a CT scan on an injured fish. But first, going green, how the government is giving out grants to help get more electric cars on the road. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. A fish getting a CT scan at the Denver Zoo. After a health scare, look at that. Zoo officials decided to perform the test after the French angelfish was seen swimming abnormally. It was literally a fish out of water during the process. Zookeepers had to sedate the fish and then run water over its gills intermittently. In the post on Instagram, the zoo says the fish is on a treatment plan and is now back to happily swimming. The Biden administration is investing in electric cars. The Energy Department has announced plans to provide $12 billion in loans and grants to help U.S. automakers convert manufacturing and supplier facilities into centers for hybrid and electric vehicles. Tesla is scooping up a lot of government grant dollars. The Wall Street Journal reports the company has received millions of dollars in federal grant awards. Government data shows the U.S. has more than 33,000 fast chargers. 60% of them are in Tesla's network. It is time now for your lunch break. It is National Cheese Pizza Day. That's always a good thing. Pizza has been around for thousands of years. The Greeks had bread covered with herbs and oils and cheese. The Romans would put bay leaves and cheese, even honey, on the dough. Our modern idea of pizza began with the Neapolitan flatbread pizza topped with mozzarella and buffalo milk. That just looks good. That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Well, Patrice, a tip, to tip or not to tip. Coming up, more and more places are asking for tips. We'll look at when and where it's appropriate to leave a tip. And are they asking too much? Stick around for Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with Persia Nicole from 92Q. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Let me tell you right now, a new study by Rover reveals the most popular dog breeds in America by zodiac sign.
Ooh.
Topping each sign was the faithful mutt or mixed breed dog, but these are the most popular pure breed dogs for each sign. The American Pit Bull Terrier is most popular among Geminis and Leos. I'm a Gemini. While Virgos are most likely to have golden retrievers, Pisces also prefer Goldens, while Capricorns are more likely to have Labrador retrievers, and Libras enjoy Alaskan Huskies. I know
I'm the
Lady
Libra.
T,
You already know I'm
but
the
you don't
Libra.
have a dog. You're not a dog girl. If you had a dog, what would you have?
I want a doodle.
A
Do you ever heard
doodle.
of doodles? They're the golden retrievers mixed with the poodles, and they're so cute. One I had an encounter with one like a couple years ago, and I've loved them ever since. So if I got a dog, it'd be a doodle, not an Alaskan Husky.
Persia, are you a dog person?
I have two babies, dogs. I have Havapoos, so there's Havanese mixed with poodle. So
Look.
My gosh.
Well, I got bad news about my dog, but I don't talk about it today. We all love to, try out new styles, and for some of us, that includes getting your hair done, whether you're looking for just a touch-up or spice things up. The inevitable question at the end of your appointment is, how much should you tip? Luckily, we have the answer direct from hairdressers themselves. Stylists say a good rule of thumb is $5 to $10 an hour, rounding up if it takes less than an hour. For a color with a water cut, $15 to $30 is standard. They also say you should always tip unless the stylist treats you terribly or they totally destroy your hair. Persia Nicole, you and Lady T rock a lot of hair.
Yeah.
You agree with these numbers?
The only thing is that in a black salon, you're there your whole day.
Yes.
So if I got to do $10 per hour, I'm there a whole work day.
It's
So
a
I don't
work
know.
shift. Tell them, Persia.
It's a work shift. Okay, so for all the fellas to be like, when are you going to be done? I won't be.
I won't be.
Wow. Okay, real quick, you guys,
Do
how
it
much is the
take
tip?
time?
What's the tip? What's the tip?
Okay, so I guess depending on the salon,
tip. Hurry
I
up.
want to say, so 5 to 10 is right, but sometimes you give them $20 if you're getting your hair braided. Persia, am I wrong?
You guys are cheap.
If you get your hair braided, I give them a $20 tip. Do you do that sometimes?
Okay, you guys are cheap. I want you to tell us, have you ever had a horrible
She knows
haircut?
what's up.
Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, we all need to eat, but what you buy at the supermarket could be making you sick. Food safety experts are warning about certain items at the grocery store which have been linked to outbreaks and recalls. Topping the list of experts won't buy at the supermarket: pre-cut fruit, which can grow pathogens before you even buy them. Also avoid ready-to-eat cooked foods, which are often stored at temperatures that make them dangerous. Bagged lettuce and cantaloupe, and also are no-goes, but also they have listeria outbreaks and all those things. And finally, deli counter items that are unlabeled and without knowing what the product came from can be impossible.
Hold up, this is about everything in the grocery store.
I know,
so
don't
go. What do you want us to do?
lettuce and some onions.
And lettuce, onions. The only thing that wasn't on there was the bags of chips. So I can add chips. What you saying? Like, chips are good, but the rest of the stuff don't get. What?
Just don't
This
do
doesn't
it.
make any sense.
I don't know. That was, and so, Persia, we don't have time for you. So, look, it can be cost-effective and even fun to tackle some DIY projects, but not everything you can do yourself. Here's a look at what's best to call in the pros, when it's best to call in the pros.
Your Place Inside and Out is sponsored by HB Home Service Team.
So we're all for the DIY type projects, but there are times it's best to call in local pros for help. When it comes to an issue we have in our house with plumbing, I am not hands-on. For those who are with me, here are some tips when it may be time to call in your plumber. First, if your water pressure has made a drastic change, the low pressure may be an indicator of a clog in your pipes. Next, if you notice water spots on the ceiling, before you fix the ceiling, you want to make sure to fix a leak that may be occurring. And next, look at your water bills. If you see a major increase, this can be an indicator of some kind of leak. Luckily, if you have concerns, we have pros in town to help.
Trust.
Still ahead, Taylor Swift is taking her Eras tour to the big screen. Coming up, Lady T breaks down what we know about the film's release. But first, a new easy way to keep your floors clean, a new handy clean tool that will make your housework fun and easy. Don't go anywhere. More show on the way.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Are you one of those people that blinks and your home's floors are covered in filth thanks to kids, pets, or a partner who has not been trained properly? Stacey Bell is here with a new item to clean up your floors in a snap.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
It is so hard to keep the floors clean, and the last thing I want to do when I get home is scrub my floors. This has made a big difference for me. It's the Hover Scrubber Deluxe. It's not like other mops. You know what? I'm just going to show you how it works. Power it on, and look at that. You've got 2 microfiber pads on the bottom. The pads push the dirt in the center, and then, you know, the microfiber grabs the dirt. So I'll show you how dirty these are right there. But the cool thing is you also get 2 more pads, so you can throw these in the wash and just keep it moving around your house. This is a rechargeable battery, so you don't have any cords. You recharge it and you take it around the house and you're good to go. I like this too because it's adjustable for the height, so you can adjust it for different heights. It's great for maybe your parents, a little older, and they maybe have back problems, or if you have a back problem, you don't have to bend over. You just adjust it for your height, push it around, and keep going. And it doesn't just push the dirt into all the little cracks and crevices. It really pushes it into the center and picks it up. So you know how the bathroom and the kitchen can just be a little bit icky? This takes care of that. Right now, we are offering 32% off on the Hover Scrubber Deluxe. Just head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Medexus Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. The landscape of brain cancer surgery is undergoing a remarkable transformation as technological advancements continue to reshape the field. Here to tell us more is Assistant Professor of Neurosurgery at the Department of Neurosurgery at Lenox Hill Hospital, Dr. Randy D'Amico. Randy, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks so much for having me. Good morning.
Great. So tell us more about glioblastoma and why it's so difficult to treat.
Yeah, thanks for asking. So glioblastoma is the most common and most aggressive primary brain cancer. It's a tumor that comes from the cells in your brain and it infiltrates into your brain. So it's not just a ball of cells that you can remove and be cured of. Unfortunately, it kind of weaves itself into the fabric of your brain. The difficulties with treatment come with the fact that it's the brain itself is protective mechanism. So chemotherapies don't get in there very well. And there's a lot of research going on to find ways to help patients who are dealing with this.
What innovations are helping doctors treat this kind of tumor?
So as a surgeon, I always kind of preferentially start with what's going on in the operating room. We know that surgery, first and foremost, really helps patients with glioblastoma. By getting out as much tumor as we can, we set them up for their further treatments and, you know, hopefully a good quality of life while they're undergoing that treatment. We have recent advancements in things called fluorescent agents or imaging agents, which you drink the day of surgery. Gliolan in particular is one, and it actually makes the tumor glow in the dark while we're operating. So we can better identify the abnormal tissue, the pathologic tissue, and get it out.
And what technological advancements are helping continue treatment once the tumor is removed?
So there's ongoing research, and a lot of people are working on this because it's such a big issue. Cesium can actually be deposited in there, and they start immediately treating the tumor. But then once you've had your surgery, and if you're a candidate for other types of trials, places like our center that run clinical trials are looking at kind of advanced molecular techniques to target tumors, vaccines, immunotherapy, things like that.
And can you talk about the significance of these new therapies?
Yeah, the bottom line is that we've learned a lot about the disease. It's still a tough disease to treat, but as we know more and more about this, we can design therapies that are specific to you. The operating room starts the journey, kind of, and so things like Gliolan to identify the tumor and remove it, things like Gamatile, which is our radiation seeds, that's kind of the first part of the journey. But then we really need to make sure that we're tailoring the therapy that's going to be right for you, to you.
So Dr. D'Amico, where can our viewers follow more information?
So viewers can go to gliolan.com to find out about the fluorescence dyes. They can go to gamatile.com to find out about the radiation therapy. They can search for me, Randy D'Amico, or Lenox Hill Neurosurgery, and be directed to our clinical trials team where we offer therapies that are hopefully right for you.
Thanks again for this great information, okay?
Thanks so much for having me. Have a great day.
Still ahead, Grammy Award winner Lauren Daigle is heading to Baltimore. Coming up, how she's making her upcoming stop in Charm City more inclusive. But first, one of the Jonas brothers headed for divorce. No, say it's not so, Lady T. Well, she's going to spill the tea coming up. Yeah, stay around. Time to spill the tea this Tuesday. Lady T joins us right now.
Hey, what's up, fellow tea sippers? All right, here is the tea. All right, so singer and Jonas brother favorite Joe Jonas has us a little bit confused, y'all, okay? So it was reported that he and Sophie Turner were headed for divorce, right? TMZ said Joe retained a divorce lawyer and everything, so we were hyped, right? But then he posted a photo on Instagram with his wedding ring on, leading everyone to believe that the rumors basically weren't even true at all. So they've been married for 4 years. They have 2 kids. They got married in Vegas, then again in France. But it looks like he's saying, "I'm staying." And we were all riled up for nothing, Mark. I was so
That's right, stay in there, man. This marriage thing is built for life. Let's go.
And I hear it's good luck if you get married twice, apparently.
That's right.
Because you got to get married twice in different places, and that's the key to love, apparently.
Stay
Okay,
together.
I guess.
Stay together, guys. I'm a proponent of marriage.
Yes, come on. And it's cheaper to keep her, Mark. You got to tell them. It's cheaper to keep her.
You said it. I wasn't going to say that, but
All right, up next, you guys, trending now. Erica Mena, she was fired from Love and Hip Hop after her explosive argument with artist Spice. During the argument, Erica called Spice a racial slur. Now she's getting the boot. The franchise posted a statement on social media saying she will not appear in the next season of the show, but we will see the impact of her remarks in the rest of the season. Social media is kind of torn because Spice talked about Erica's kid. So Erica went low instead of going high. She went low. I think she went against what Michelle Obama was saying to do. But what do you do when somebody talk about your kid? Like I don't know where to go with this one. You know what I mean? They were going blow for blow.
They're saying they let her go from the show because she used a racial slur.
Yes.
On this show?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Listen, I know. Because
the music, the show, and everything about it, and that's why don't even say a reason then, because that didn't make any sense.
I know. I was like, okay, this was the low for y'all. This is it.
That was it?
Okay. you know what? We'll take what we can get at this point, I think.
Wow.
So,
Standards.
Yeah, prayers up. Okay, anyway, up next, because it's Keeps Pouring. All right, so listen up, Swifties. So we have an Eras Tour film release date. That's the Eras Tour film release date. I'm so excited. Okay, so Taylor Swift released an amazing trailer for the film. It will premiere in the theaters October 13th. That's my B-Day weekend, hey. All right, so it's gonna be released in the US, Mexico, and Canada, and it will be a composite of all her performances in the North America region. Now, the horror film, The Exorcist, The Believer, said, we're not about to compete with the Swifties, so it changed its release date to October 6th, which is kind of crazy. Not a scary movie being scared of the Swifties, though, Mark. Like, they literally were like, we don't want to compete. We're just going to go ahead and just bump ours up, and Taylor can have that weekend. That's what they really did that. Can you believe that?
So, Lady T, I think, I can't recall, you know, Taylor Swift, Beyonce.
I know, it's a lot going on.
I can't recall, has there been ever a time where women have held this much power as far as, you talk about concert dates. I don't know if we've had this type of level of success.
With this many concerts at one time,
for
right?
women worldwide, I don't think so, right?
Not at the same time. A lot of them try to space it out so it doesn't like hinder another person's concert. But I have to say, they are working together, and people are like, I'm gonna spend the money to go see both. We're gonna see Beyonce and we're gonna see T Swift.
Because I guess, you know, when Madonna was a thing, I don't recall of somebody being in that same box.
Right.
I could be wrong though, but it just feels like
this is a first for many, and we love to see it because the women empowerment is here and it's here to stay. So shout out
Lady
to
T,
them.
I'm curious. When you go to Beyonce, you're gonna wear the silver, right? The silver theme.
Did you see everyone's wearing silver?
So what do you wear at Swift? What do you wear at Taylor Swift's concert?
You wear whatever you want. Oh, so you're supposed to wear like an outfit that represents one of her albums, basically.
Okay.
So like, you know, our producers were wearing their outfits to her concert. Also, they had like, you know, from the lavender. What was it? Lavender from
or
which
like
album
her
was it?
ex-boyfriend's outfit.
And yes, so like, you know, it's all about the theme, and the theme has been working. Y'all are doing great. I love seeing your social media about it. So that's it for the tea for today. Now y'all know what to do at home. Y'all gotta go sip on all that tea.
And today, make it a iced tea because it's another hot day. Severe warnings going on. And let's go check with Justin to see exactly how hot we're gonna be.
Weather alert day for your Tuesday. Dangerous heat and humidity, record-breaking temps for the third day in a row, more than likely breaking records on Wednesday as well. Now, we're adding more humidity to the air, and that is why we are going to be weather alert. We got to 99 yesterday. We're going to be similar to that number into that 2 and 3 o'clock hour for the afternoon. These are the hottest temperatures we've had all year long. We went all of June, July, and August without getting above 97, and now another day with 99 for a high. Same thing for us on Wednesday. Notice those record high numbers. They're definitely in jeopardy for Tuesday and Wednesday. That Thursday high of 101 should be safe with temperatures starting to come down. What you have to think about when we have all of this heat and humidity is staying hydrated. You have to make sure to have plenty of water. If you are going to be outside, try to limit your time outdoors, loose, lightweight clothing, take breaks in the shade or in the AC, and check on your neighbors and friends and family. Also keep those pets inside because this ridge of high pressure, 2 of them, basically creating this large heat dome over the eastern U.S., and that's why we've just been cooking and will continue to cook for the next couple of days. Mid to upper 90s across central Maryland, even the eastern shore in the low to mid 90s, even close to 100 in D.C. today with mid 90s in Philly, mid 80s if you're heading down the ocean there at Ocean City. Here's our future scan, staying hot and dry here for the next couple of afternoons. Our next weather maker finally on Thursday will bring us some relief, bringing more cloud cover in and a potential for some showers and thunderstorms. Some of those storms could be strong to severe in a Thursday afternoon and evening, and even into Friday, keeping some showers and storms in our forecast as well. But those numbers come back down after we get these through these next 2 days, back to the 80s for the weekend, which is good news for the Ravens game. And even as the O's return home next week, notice those numbers start coming down to more seasonable temperatures.
Grammy award-winning singer and songwriter Lauren Daigle is kicking off a U.S. arena tour and bringing some important inclusive accommodations, including the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. The multi-platinum artist joins us now. Lauren, welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for having me.
Sure. So tell us about this arena tour. What can fans expect?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, right now we are in the thick of rehearsals. We're getting ready. We're gearing up. And I have never done this in my life, but we are adding choreography. I'm really excited. It's going to be so much fun. I think my background vocalist said on her like Fitbit or whatever that in one rehearsal, we burned 2,200 calories. So I'm excited about that.
I love it.
It's going to be so much fun. Going to be full of color, full of life, and just very energetic.
And so this tour is supporting your new self-titled album. What does this album mean to you?
Oh my goodness, that's an incredible question. I feel like this record was one that has taught me so much. It was one I really learned a lot through. I got to work with a legend. His name is Mike Elizondo, and he really let the artist in me flourish. He has this genius way about him of taking people that are trying to figure out how to communicate their creativity, and he pulls it through to the other side. And it's been one of the most liberating processes I've ever been through in my career so far.
And it's so cool, in addition to people getting a chance to see you perform, see your music, and see your new choreography, on this tour you're offering accommodations for those with sensory needs. Can you tell us more about that and why it's important to provide these accommodations at events like concerts?
Yes, absolutely. So we partnered with this company called Culture City, and we're setting up different rooms around the country with that company. And basically what it does is provide for people who might come to a concert and they get overstimulated, or the sensory functionalities aren't quite the same as everybody else. And I never wanted those people to not be able to come to a show or enjoy a night out with their family. And I remember talking to this mother who said, "You have no idea what this has done for our family. You know, people have always had to keep certain kids behind with the babysitter, and part of the family goes, you know, so that outbursts and things like that don't happen. But with Culture City, they provide an environment where these kids can come, and if they need to have a moment to relax and exhale, they can."
Well, this is so cool, and I'm really impressed with that. And so where can our viewers get the tickets and get the album and support you? Because obviously you're super special and super successful. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, you can go to laurendaigle.com for all of the information. We have the record there. We have the tickets there. Everything that you need about the Kaleidoscope Tour will be found at laurendaigle.com.
Once again, Lauren, thanks for gracing us with your amazing energy and great smile, and I look forward to continued success, okay?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate it.
Definitely. Take care. Still ahead, tipping fatigue coming up, how much you should tip at the hair salon, and if it's ever okay to skip the tip. Oh. We all love to try out new styles, but when it comes to getting our hair done, how much should we tip? Stylists say a good rule of thumb is $5 to $10 an hour for a cut. For a color, $15 to $13 is standard. They also say you should always tip unless the stylist treats you terribly or they totally destroy your hair. And we wanted you to tell it, have you ever had a horrible haircut? Right now, most of you are saying yes. And we got a great show lined up for tomorrow. Singer Charlie Reynolds is embarking on a new journey. Tomorrow, we've got a special one-on-one interview with her as she talks about her upcoming EP.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great one. Stay cool, and we'll see you tomorrow.